Feel good to be home.
I love this beat.
Gotcha.
I know people be tired of Dion music stories, but when I first came back, I think this was like the second beat that I like when I started doing music, like my solo shit. I was like, yeah, this is the beat right here. It's about to take me out here.
Made you believe in yourself.
Well, no, I always had belief.
I forgot who I was talking to. Let me start this live.
Never stumble.
Never falter.
Let me start
Never
this
falter.
live video.
So,
me and the Bart Simpson show.
you and these live videos. So no foreplay. We back.
We back.
Let's just kick it out. Hopefully y'all enjoyed the last episode. We gave y'all a lot of game.
A lot, whole lot.
We
of
gave
game.
y'all a lot of game.
Whole lot of game.
We actually gave y'all a lot of game on the Young Wayne episode. It was a lot of game. I hope y'all picked it up. And not even just like about the cheating shit. We talked to y'all about game, just regular life game. You know what I'm saying? So we talked to y'all about that. Then we had an episode with a realtor, like, yo, questions. Hopefully y'all, if y'all got questions, y'all reach out. Y'all trying to work. Because we don't have like half-ass people on the show. Like
no,
legit.
half-assing.
And you know what's so funny? When I was listening to the last episode, Jerry reminded me of Mike as he was talking so much. You hear it like in this voice?
He when sitting here, I was like, yeah, this is like Jerry and Mike are like kindred spirits in the way they communicate.
Like even like they voice and like the shit. Like that shit was like kind of creepy.
Yeah. So, shout out to Wayne. Shout out to Jerry. We first, before we start this episode, first things first, I Papa. So one of our like most listened to episodes, like ever of all time, is with The Perfect Cadence.
Yes.
So The Perfect Cadence, y'all remember Perfect Cadence? You can Google it, The Perfect Cadence. Instagram, The Perfect Cadence. Facebook, The Perfect Cadence.
For our slow listeners out there, CAD. That's it. That's all I got. I'm kind of slow.
Oh,
too.
God.
Yeah, I know. I'm fucking with you.
I know. So the Perfect Cadence, those are friends of the podcast, supporters of the podcast, partners of the podcast. Here's the thing. The Perfect Cadence is having an event Monday, October 9th. It is called Rhythm and Brews. Brews is in beer, like real beer, crafted, made on the site where you are getting the beer from.
It'll get you drunk.
It'll get you drunk. And the reason I say it's important, like, could you imagine, like, I know people like, you go to Harold's, you go to Uncle Remus, shit like that. Can you imagine if like Harold's was on site at the chicken farm? Probably be the best chicken you ever had.
Best chicken.
So
you can pick your own chicken.
Pick your own chicken.
Your own chicken.
We used to have a fish market like that over east.
We had one on Cicero and Madison.
Yeah, I don't even know if they had them anymore. All our fish come from like a random fish farm somewhere. Or it may not be fish. But
I think all our shit come from like Garfield Park Lagoon.
So, back to the point, man. The Perfect Cadence is having an event. The Perfect Cadence in partnership with Vice Brewery, Rhythm and Brews. This is Monday, October 9th. Vice District Brewery, 1454 South Michigan Avenue. It starts at 5:30. It ends at 8:30. Here's the thing about this event and why it is dope and important. So, you buy a ticket. They have tickets in their bio for The Perfect Cadence. So The Perfect Cadence, I think it's .org because they like real official. So
yeah, they cool.
So you get fun, you get food, you get fellowship. There's also a silent auction, right? Here's the thing about the auction. Like the auction is actually like real legit, like dope shit. I wasn't able to go last year, but the No Foreplay show sponsored some tickets. We bought 2 Bears tickets to a Monday night game. Those were part of the auction process. There was also some shit that I wanted to win I didn't get.
Autograph.
There was an autograph basketball. I think it was assigned by Chris Webber, Isaiah Thomas.
By everybody who come from Michigan and never played basketball in Michigan, the state of Michigan.
Man, I low key wanted that ball. If you got that ball,
fuck you.
I won't even say that. If you got the ball, and for some reason, it's just taking up too much space in your house, let me hold that. But yes, so look at the Perfect Cadence, check it out, because the organization it helps mothers in the Chicago area, and I'm sure everywhere else. Kind of mothers who don't necessarily have all of the resources. So literally they will go out, fund supplies that people need into raising the kids. So essentially they are providing items to help us raise the future.
Yes. Especially, if you had a kid and you were blessed with a support system to help start you off on your first kid, because a lot of times you don't know exactly what you need as far as like what proper car seats, diapers, wipes, things of that nature. They put this in the hands of mothers who need this, who don't have the same support system that most of us who listen to this podcast does. And it's a great organization. It's an organization that's near and dear to my heart, especially because of how it started, what it started from. Man, I can't say enough positive things about George and Sue. So please, if you can, come out Monday, October 9th to Rhythm and Brews. $60 per ticket. You got it on you. Do it.
Now there's some, I don't know if it's just how you was just talking and speaking or the way the light was in your glasses, but you really just look like Curtis Mayfield right there. You looking real powerful right there. You had some kind of Curtis Mayfield vibe going.
And
people get ready.
Hold on, here's another thing about the Perfect Cadence I love. We've been kind of looking a lot, and you hear people talking about misappropriation of funds, and people don't know where the funds are going. The Perfect Cadence, these funds are going literally hand to hand.
Yes.
This is not second hand. This is hand to the mother. Like from the 2 people that run this organization to the mothers who need it, like literally hand to hand. Like, I've talked to George one night. George had to go to the hood of hoods to hand out some goods, but he's blessed, so that's what he does. You know what I'm saying? And they had a pop-up shop. And this is the last thing I'll say about it. They had a pop-up shop. We were at a church, I believe it was like 83rd and Dante. 83rd and Dante. So, right there, heart of the South Side. And it's like, people stood out there with signs like them and their friends. Church filled with all kinds of baby clothes, goods. And, it was just some hard-working brothers coming. You know what I'm saying? Dude had just had his baby like that week, I believe. He said, I believe he had his son, and he was just like, and joy on his face, G. He was lit up. He's like, like my baby mama finna love me. I'm coming back with Pampers, car seats, and I was like, homie was turned the fuck up.
Man, coming from someone who ain't know shit about kids before he had one, I know exactly the feeling, because you just think shit is just supposed to happen for you when you have a kid, and it'll be like, your old lady be like, no, we need to get this, we need to get this, and you keep you start adding this shit up in your head, why this baby ain't cheap?
Man, why this shit coming out to $25 and I only got $16 to my name?
Man, then you looking for extra Walmart gift cards that you got for your baby shower.
Shout out to the self checkout at Walmart when I was struggling with my first kid, baby.
Formula got to get got, Jack.
Hey, Jack. Hey, that formula wasn't no pun. I think that formula like $25 a pop.
A wop.
$25 a hit. Like, hold on. How many scoops going 4 ounces? Hey, Joe, shit was really real.
And motherfuckers would think that 25 is sweet until you just think if you had to buy a fifth of Hennessy every 3-4 days.
Yeah. Without this job you got now, motherfucker. We were still sneaking in motherfucking dining halls, and I had to buy Pampers and shit.
You know what? So once again, like I said, check them out. anywhere you type it in, now I feel like the internet's really just one place, right?
Yeah.
So just type in the perfect cadence in your browser anywhere, get your ticket. The tickets are $60. I guarantee you'll love it because in that room, like in the room, it's a lot of power. Right, it's a lot of power, a lot of smart people. You may fuck around and spend $60 and think you're going there just to get a food. You may walk out with a job.
It's definitely a low key. It's definitely a low key networking event because the perfect cadence is associated, outside of myself, with very good people. So you should definitely take advantage of it.
Check it out.
I
Man.
would.
Shout out to my boy Gio.
Yeah, shout out Gio Sue. But the thing about the perfect cadence and what they stand for exactly like the opposite shit of what the president of the United States stands for.
Yes.
So, it's
We have one of those.
yeah, we got a court gesture, but we let him get this possessed. Somehow it happened. I don't know what happened, bro.
Finesse.
Finesse.
The biggest finesse job in the history of man.
Finesse job. So, we gonna talk about two things with him. We could talk about a lot of shit with this motherfucker, but essentially, what I first want to talk about, like, homie is damn near like resisting to help Puerto Rico. He's like resisting, like openly resisting to help.
Somebody said Puerto Rico was finding out the hard way that they're black.
You know what?
I said, y'all bogus as hell.
You know what? I'll say this. I hate that statement. Just based on the simple fact, like, listen, nah. This motherfucker here, boy. Let me tell you something. The lady from Puerto Rico who was on the news, I think they said she's the mayor.
I think the mayor of San Juan, if I'm not mistaken.
She was on there, and she's like, yo, this is May Day. She's like, this is May Day. The thing is, a lot of people, I feel like, don't get it because we don't have news cameras in Puerto Rico. We don't have, all types of shit, right, that we don't have. And she's like, yo, this is May Day. And she put it out there like everybody, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody need to come help. And I feel like damn near like at this point, they showed a ship the other day. I guess it was like the U.S. Naval Hospital, like on the aircraft carrier heading out there and shit like that. But it's like the images I have seen, I looked at the images like, shit. Like, they telling people you may not have power for 4 to 6 months. And this motherfucker just sitting there, like he tweeted, people of Puerto Rico, don't believe the reports you're hearing about us not helping you. This is fake news. They don't have Twitter, motherfucker. Like what is wrong with this dude, man? Like, I don't get buddy ass, man.
Nah. He all his crews not losing. Shout out to my boy from Dallas though, Mark Cuban. He hooked JJ Beret up with the team plane to let him use it to go take some goods over there to Puerto Rico to those in need. That was real dope.
Man, this is just what happens when your geriatric grandparents are running shit. They say whatever they want and feel they should not be reprimanded because they've lived a long life. And we all love our grandparents, but some of us have those grandparents that you just, as they talk in your head, you say, shut the fuck up. Because like they just like rude as hell, and they rude off the premise of, well, I'm alive and you should be thankful. You should be grateful that I'm alive, and you be like, no, I wish they would sign the DNR for you. Like,
do not resist.
Honestly, like this man be tweeting, G, like he had like real life people are losing their lives, and you sitting up tweeting. Like, this is for now on, white people can never say they don't know what white privilege is.
Man.
He exercises his white privilege to the fullest. And then some, like, he's a line stepper, trying to see how far he can go. Like, he literally is pushing the limits of his asshole.
And I think he does it on purpose. I think he's making a complete mockery of the country. I feel like everything that we supposed to stand for, I feel like he's doing it backwards on purpose. Like,
yeah, I mean, I believe he's one of them people who became president under the premise of, I'm the president. Like, what can he do to me? Yeah, like we do that shit when we like go to the club and like cut in front of somebody. Like, who gonna check me?
All right.
Like, that's how he is operating. He's cutting to the front of the club line every day and saying, "Who's gonna check me? I'm the president."
And unfortunately, you know, it's so funny to watch the hierarchy of people who don't. The hierarchy of people who don't address like they own, and it's funny because it's like, since we all on the same playing field, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like we will check each other,
Yeah.
Right.
And the funny part, and I don't know if this is like, I guess, black privilege. We'll check a motherfucker richer than us, right? Because it's just like, it's just in us, right? We'll check them, but it's like you get around like some of these other people and they won't check another motherfucker because they got money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They won't check another motherfucker because they got more than them. And I'm like, listen, like it need to be one person in Congress as a part of his party who need to scream on his ass like Maxine Waters scream on his ass. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what's crazy. One of my coworkers, she was telling me like her dad voted for Trump, and she was like, he still sees nothing wrong with what he did. And she like, Dad, this her words, Dad, do you see how he's acting? And he was like he shoulder shrugged her. She was like, I got so mad. You know what I did? I went and got my vagina. I went and got a pain in my vagina. I said, what? She said, I needed to feel empowered because he was taking away all the power from me. I'm like, that is a white person problem. I'm not going to ever get so mad at fucking Jesse Jackson that I got to send out pictures.
Man, some motherfuckers do some weird shit.
Weird shit, Joe.
So then, you know, while all this is going on, we got natural disasters. He didn't sent the shit up with Kim Jong, and Kim Jong out there like wilding. He called him a name, had everybody researching what this name was, like, and he, when Kim Jong said that he's going, what did he say, he was going to pay with fire or something like that?
I'm sure.
Bruh, Kim Jong and his daddy have been like the bitter whack bitch that nobody ever wanted to pay attention to, so they kept doing the ridiculous shit, and everybody has agreed to just ignore his ass for the most part. Mm-hmm. Then he lucked up we elected the one motherfucker who was going to entertain his ass. Yeah. The one motherfucker. It's just like literally like every nigga in the hood ignore the crazy bitch, and then this new nigga move in, and he like, I don't see what's the problem with her. Why y'all don't take her out? And you sitting there like, no fam, no,
don't do it.
Like Trump giving this dude attention is empowering Kim Jong II, and him and his bad haircut. Now now we got to take him serious because Trump is taking him serious.
Everything about that haircut say I'm here to start a fight.
Bruh.
Everything about his haircut
that haircut does not say I'm here to party.
You ever see like the pictures of Kim Jong, and then you see like the rest of the generals with him, all the generals like at least 60. And I be looking like, yo, these dudes can't tell this young dude what to do.
Them all his daddy's friends.
Right.
He wild.
And the crazy part, I think, like when Trump was talking to the UN, them people in the UN were looking like this has to be a joke. Like they were literally like, yo, like they sending out a South Park character out here to be president. I don't, and while all this is going on, of course, what this nigga does is what? Call out. I hate that I even said him that. That was giving him too much credit.
Right.
He starts talking about the NFL players kneeling and going super hard.
Super duper hard.
He's been going hard about that damn it more than anything. The only thing he's went harder on is just trying to take back whatever Obama did.
Yep.
And I think we need to clear this up while we got the floor. Like the kneeling. Let's not get into what, like, Trump is making it about him against the kneelers. It was never supposed to be Trump against the people who are kneeling. The kneeling was a sign of protest against injustice and inequalities. But somehow we have lost that view, and somehow now it's just that let's see who's kneeling today. Now let's see who's holding hand, who's locking arms. Let's see who's touching something, who's coming out the tunnel. That's really missing the point. Now the fight is more of standing versus kneeling instead of the fight against injustice and inequality.
He's changed the narrative on it.
Yeah.
Him and other people have successfully changed the narrative on what it was supposed to be. Like originally when Kaepernick did it, we talked about police brutality. We talked about those issues along with debating people on like, well, why do we have to do it when we're doing the anthem? And just do half a bit of research, you'll come to see that Kaepernick got kneeling from a Navy SEAL. He met with a Navy SEAL after the dude wrote him a letter, and they came to the conclusion that kneeling would be the best way for him to pay honor and tribute to his cause. He got this from a fucking Navy SEAL, and yet we have people on the internet who ain't even looked to be in the Air Force Reserves, who ain't even, like, if you put a motherfucking click-clack in their hand, they probably piss themselves, telling you what's patriotic. Get the fuck out of here.
All the way out of here. And shout out to the former New York Giant, Osi Umenyiora. How the fuck you said that? I don't know if y'all saw his interview, but he had an interview on BBC London, and he was saying, like, he not American. But he know in his mind, America was always great. He wanted to go to America to play football, and he lived out his dream. But he say, America was born from protesting. Like, they protesting against Great Britain, and that's how they got their independence. That's why the first amendment in the fucking Constitution is the freedom of protest. You know what I'm saying? The freedom of assembly, which, like protesting, because shit, that's what the country was founded off of. And he said somehow we've lost our way, and how is it so disrespectful to protest when that's like the first fucking amendment? Like, that's your first right, is the right to stand up against shit that you don't feel is right within the country.
Exactly.
It's all fucked up now,
man. Again, we all know what it is. They just don't. It's not about dangerous protests or peaceful protests. They just don't want us to protest.
True.
Period. Like, ask the people who are against it. Well, what would be a good way for us to protest? They'll him and haw. They'll come up with some more cockamamie ass. Well, if you did this and this, then no, a protest is to make the people who make your oppressors uncomfortable.
Yes.
Well, y'all want to protest and be as comfortable as sitting in a fucking Bed Bath and Beyond. Fuck y'all.
and that's what he was touching on too. Like, it's supposed to make you uncomfortable,
right?
He said if someone's protesting you and you still going about your normal doo, then the protest is not really working.
Man, like a protest, like you're supposed to feel a certain way. Like when some of y'all who do this foolish tactic, but like if you're a woman, you get mad at your man and you like protest by not having sex. Like, it's gonna be uncomfortable in the house. The outcome may not turn in your favor, but
not in your favor.
But it's gonna you making somebody uncomfortable. Like,
let me tell you something. People just so, a lot of people in the world, this world is not gender based, but people just don't realize how ignorant that they are, right? And the reason I say that is because I think one of the best practices when I was young, and it's continued to when I'm older. When I was young and naive, whatever you want to call it, we had to go through downtown for school. I had to go through downtown to get to Whitney Young. And the thing that you often see, people protested a lot of things downtown.
Yes.
And you would see people who were of all kinds of ethnic backgrounds, genders, whatever. People were just protesting. So what kind of would always get me, even as a young ignorant high schooler, I would stop and like read the signs, because I'm like, I wonder why these people feel so strongly that they are out here doing this. And it was just like, that kind of sticks. Like, now you're like, okay, I see what they protesting. They protesting this. Even as recently, I was on a trip in New York, and the people had a real strong protest where I was, and I was like, and it was like a silent protest. So they were all out there. They were doing some sort of movement. Some people had signs, and I'm like, what are they protesting? And I asked people, and they told me. And the thing is, with this protest, to start it off, people knew what was being protested.
They
knew what was being protested. And now what they just didn't like that we were protesting it. Mm-hmm. Like, some people don't think this is a problem. You know what I'm saying? And I'm looking like, listen, like,
there shouldn't be any more podcasts. There shouldn't be any more interviews. There shouldn't be any more press conferences saying and try to explain to people what we are protesting. Right. Everybody knows what the fuck we are protesting. Easy. If we're walking down the middle of the street and blocking traffic, are we protesting traffic? No, motherfucker. You know what the fuck we protesting.
Right.
And like D.L. Hughley said it the best, man. I swear to God, he's starting to become one of my favorite people, low key. Like, just to watch clips of his. Yeah. He was like the reason why, like, the people who voted for Trump acting like your friend's father, fresh, is that they feel like this country isn't theirs anymore.
Oh yeah.
So they rather this country be split and divided in the way that they see it, then the country come together and they feel like the minority. Because they already are trending to be the minority numbers wise.
Yeah.
But they using everything in their power to keep the majority of the economic, of the wealth, and of the systemic oppression. Yeah. And Trump is the vehicle for that. They don't give a fuck if, like, but Trump could kick off a nuclear war, and they were like, as long as it's a white man's country, they're going to be fine.
But to me, that's just like bored rich people problems. Like, I just read the top 1% still controls 28.6% of the wealth in America. You know what I mean? That's crazy compared to, like, the bottom 10 controlling, like, nothing. You know what I mean? So it's like, what is wrong with y'all? Like, y'all, you guys are not losing ground, no power at all. In my mind,
bro,
you're not losing any power. It's not like we got extra rights all of a sudden.
But you know what it is, and we talked about this during the election. It's the same thing, and a lot of people have wrote about this. Is that what's happened? Is that essentially the Republicans, and empowered, fueled by Trump to a major extent, has convinced a lot of the white people who are middle class that they are at a better standing than they are in the country economically, and also have convinced them that he's going to get them to that 1%, right?
All right.
If you listen to me, do what I say, and vote for me, I'm going to get you to that 1%. If you support me while I take down this Obamacare, somehow your household is going to have more money than it did before. And it's like, everything in history points to you to that not being true, motherfucker. Like, Obamacare don't get the Affordable Care Act don't get repealed, and then you go to work tomorrow and they say, hey, you know what? Just because they did that shit, you get an extra $20,000 a year. That's not how life works. But somehow he has finessed these people enough to believe that shit.
Amazing.
And they believe it. They going with it.
Amazing.
They believe it. But
can we get ratchet or something, man? I'm so tired of politics.
We can. We got to do one thing first.
Go ahead.
We got to do one thing. So, it's hard talking about that orange motherfucker, man. Goddamn
orange as fuck.
Chicken nugget, boy.
Dog, how he got everybody. I'm just looking at how he riled up the people, bro. When he said, anyone you tell them son of a bitches, I'm like, wait, what? When you come from a president so well spoken like Obama to a president who's calling people son of a bitches.
Listen. and it was so crazy because some people got so amped.
Man, so amped, Joe, so turned up.
But to me, you know what? I think a lot of times with us, the thing is we don't interface with those people a lot, right? So we don't interface with them. He was in real deep wherever he was in what I call middle America. So we don't see those places where, like, you look around and you fuck around and they don't even fuck with pro sports. They're like, you know, it's kind of funny. That's part of my gripe about college sports. You get a lot of people who won't watch professionals, right? Because it's like something is empowering about watching the people who do it for no money. And, like, I get it. Like, the sports people, I get it. But then you got them other people who got them ulterior motives for doing that. And they like, I'm not watching these overpaid guys But you're watching a kid doing it who, like, you know, still got to take out a loan.
Right.
Who still need meal swipes.
Who still got to rob the pizza man.
Right. So, he know the fuck out of his audience, man.
That's one thing that you got to give him credit for, boy. He know, man, fuck him. Like, man. Like, damn, boy.
You know how to keep him going. You know, but you got to give him credit on that. If we don't give his ass nothing, he knows how to keep that fire lit.
Just the amount of shit he's done in the first 8-9 months of presidency, they would have got Obama out of here in June for that shit.
Like they said, could you imagine if Obama called Tom Brady a son of a bitch?
Boy. Boy.
This country would have got sent the fuck up, Joe.
Boy.
That would have been the first story on everything. You could have had a mass murder, and that would have been the first story. Mm-hmm. But look, you right, Fresh. You right. Oh wow. No, you're fine.
That's fine.
Listen, Jeff just came in. Jeff, the engineer, he was talking about Fox News at one time. They wanted Obama impeached because he saluted with coffee in his hand.
Or when he wore like a tan suit. This motherfucker wore a tan suit, G. A tan suit, and they had motherfucking talking points about this shit. Trump done changed about 8 or 9 important people in his motherfucking advisory council and cabinet.
Trump.
Motherfuckers are going and taking like 1-hour flights in chartered airlines, and Obama wore a tan suit, and they talked about that shit for a week. Fuck these people. God.
Oh God. Look, you know what, man? Okay. So we gotta move on.
Big Don, we see you, baby.
we gotta move on, man.
So mad.
So we looked up and a man started a revolution on the Facebook. Right, on the Facebook.
On the Facebook.
I went back to calling Facebook the Facebook because shit is out of hand.
When we put the in front of stuff, it's pretty much disrespectful. Nothing's good gonna come after the when we say it.
Man, he apparently is introducing a line of beard products.
Oh my God!
He Facebook group called Beard Games Matter. Apparently, it blew up due to a Huffington Post article about it, and literally, the membership. I'm not in Beard Game Matters. I consider this hair on my face. I don't consider this shit a beard. But Beard Game Matters blew up, and people went all in.
Man.
You know, I've heard some of my cohorts are in there. I can't confirm or deny.
I ain't want leaving me all bad and bougie.
We got left out bad and bougie.
Listen,
I ain't get left out bad.
One of the homies hit the group. Some of the homies got 1,000 likes on the picture.
You gotta say his name because now his name is like
1,000 like Will.
I was gonna say I don't know his name now. He might have changed it.
He might have.
Might be Mickey Free. I don't know.
1K Free. 1K Billy.
1K Billy. That's what he said his name is. 1K Billy.
1K Billy.
Anything he does, he has to bring it up. He be like, "Hey Will, could you pass me that hot sauce?" Yeah, I bet ain't nobody else with 1,000 likes passing you hot sauce. Like,
man.
Shout out to Fat Will. He went in for all us. You know, I uplifted my brother with a status. You know what I'm saying? It was uplifted brother day.
Was he the first one to go in there?
Of course.
Yeah, so
I
think so it's funny how this all went down. So I think I don't know what day this guy started the group, but I just know Saturday morning it kind of took off. So I was in the gym. Mm-hmm. Every time I was on the side, I'm looking at my phone. I'm like, why is everybody talking about beards? Mm-hmm. So I even posted a status. So I go in our one of our group me, and the guys are all talking like, yo, like this beard group cracking. And so we been all making jokes at first, and then we like, man, who gonna post a pic? So Will like, fucking, I'm posting a pic. And he act like it was like just off the cuff, but like Will had.
Hold on. Hey Jeff. Hey, we got somebody at the door. I just told him come to the gate. All right, cool. Mm-hmm. So yeah, just go ahead.
Oh yeah, so Will, he he was like, yeah, I'm gonna put my picture, but Will had probably was already saving his picture for the longest.
Yeah, you already know. Yeah, he went straight when he said it, he posted like within 22 seconds of him saying, "I'm gonna post in the group."
So then everybody else like, oh, that's crazy. But then I start like looking at Facebook, like more and more, I'm seeing some of the guys I already posted in there. So I'm like, man, this is getting serious. So I was debating back and forth.
Yeah, me too. I was rocking. I was stealing fans staring.
Like, man, should I even post in this group? Does it look thirsty if I do it? And then one of my old coworkers, she was like, you should get in it, and just put me in the group. So then I was like,
the same thing happened with me.
So I was like, damn, now I'm in the pool of iniquity. It's like a cesspool. Like the thirstiness was unreal. But I'm like, I'm curious, like, we all like attention from time to time. Ain't nothing wrong with
getting your ego stroked. I mean, that's the reason why girls take 90 pictures and only post one, because they want to get 600 likes on that picture. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
That's the whole purpose of it.
So I posted my picture. Start getting rave reviews. This old picture, slight work. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man.
Yeah, I was like at work, and I think I took a picture like I was at recess and took a picture, and I'm like, I'll just throw this in here to talk some shit. Like, I heard y'all wilding in here. I got a couple but like with me, everything is a joke. So
right.
All the comments on there, we laugh, and I seen some of my coworkers. We're not even friends on Facebook, but they seen my picture on the beer group. Then I had a kid who was like in first grade, come to me the next day like, beer gang, and I'm like, what? My mama saw you in beer gang. I said, oh, hell, the joke. Me and all the security guards out there dying laughing. Joe, like, yeah, this Facebook shit going too far.
Yeah, it was a revolution, if you will.
But what I want to talk about with you guys, do you think that if you are in a relationship that you shouldn't have posted a pic in the Beer Matters group?
Do you want to go first?
No.
Okay, I'll go first.
Good.
I don't think you should have.
Okay.
And it's the same thing I said in the group me. People was talking about it. Granted, considering I don't feel like mine is a beard. People say it's a beard. They be like, yeah, you got the beard, you got the salt and pepper. I didn't post in the group because I'm like, yo, like, I'm in a relationship. Mm-hmm. I didn't want to have, just even that kind of shit. You just don't want to have it. I couldn't imagine being in a group. And then I literally have, 1,000 women liking my picture. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. That's, and it's different. If I just post on my timeline a picture of me and I get likes, it's people who I'm friends with on Facebook. They most likely know me. It's like, okay, whatever. It means nothing. But then when you look up and it's probably like out of them fucking 1,000 likes, it's probably 950 that don't know you.
Exactly.
And then you got the comments under it. You got the people who gonna jump out the window. Mm-hmm. And, that's why I even made the backup comment. I say, if y'all see my girl in the group liking pictures, don't tell me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Just let her like away, let her lust away, or whatever. But for me, I'm like, nah, like, I can't post, like, because that's all trapping. That's all trapping.
It's all trapping.
And for some people, it ain't nothing wrong with trapping because it is what it is. It just depends on you. And, me, I just know for me, I just didn't want to happen. I ain't want, somebody to, what people do. I ain't want the screenshot to come and then everybody screenshotting comments and send them to your people like, look at this comment. Look at her thirsty ass. Mm-hmm. He liked her saying that he liked her hard eyes.
Yeah.
That's what it's turned into.
That's definitely what it would have came to.
So I just stayed away from it.
If you got to think about it for more than 10 seconds, chances are you probably don't want to do it.
Yeah.
If you're in a relationship.
Yeah.
Because you leave yourself open to a lot of bullshit.
Unnecessary bullshit.
Yeah, like even in my situation, I posted a picture. I try to make like any comment I made from a comment was like a joke. Mm-hmm. But if I were with somebody, if I were in a relationship, I could see from their point of view how it could be a problem.
Yeah.
So at the same time, I'm grown. Do what the fuck I want. No,
Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go.
No.
Let's fucking go.
Because that you know, dude, if you're being grown and looking at it from both sides, you just leave open like that other side. Like, y'all have an argument over some bullshit she did, and she bring up, well, remember you did this? What's the difference? And then and then as a man, you know it's a difference. You know they know it's a difference, but now you got to navigate this bullshit and you know, mansplain your way through. And it's like,
good word.
Let me save this for another time when I gotta climb through some shit to get out clean, like Andy Dufresne.
Yeah, like with me, it's I can understand, like you said, someone saying you shouldn't post or you shouldn't post, but I really like truly went in there like not on bullshit at all. Like I was really talking shit a lot with like coworkers or just like anybody else I crack jokes with. That was a chance for them to like have a one up on me. Like, boy, get your ugly ass out this group. Like, it's fine niggas in here. Like, I can laugh at some shit like that. Like, it wasn't really too many people on my page anyway licking their tongue out, or I probably got like 3 friend requests for some big girls from Alabama. That's probably it. I ain't really.
Yeah, but I will say this in defense of men. Women need to stop thinking everything is motherfucking blackpeoplemeet.com.
Yes.
Like, I understand, like, of course, like, it's thirsty motherfuckers in this beer group me. And some people, like, they probably not even real women. They just going in there, like, under aliases and just doing the most.
Right.
But at the same time, like, stop thinking, like, every time, like, somebody do some shit, like, we're trying to, like, hook up with somebody else. Like, motherfucker, know your mate. Know your guy.
Yeah.
Like, how about that?
How about
instead of you just, like, assuming that, oh, you just trying to be on bullshit. Like, you know I joke. I met you through jokes. I laughed your panties off. And now I'm not supposed to be funny?
Yeah, because I was told I got to stop making girls like me. I was like, what? Like, you got to stop making girls like you. So that mean I have to, like, stop cracking jokes. Everything should
like be a mute. You got to. So
everything should be like a CNN title when I make a status.
You have to change you got to change who you are as a person at your core.
Pretty much. But to me, this was my comeback. I was like, maybe because I had got talked about how only women comment on my statuses, and I was like, besides the guys, a lot of guys don't really talk about what we talk about because either they feel uncomfortable or they're just intimidated about the people who comment on my statuses. Like, I know a lot of my guys be like, Joe, your status like going to the club, my nigga. I like, Joe, I have never seen you comment or like a status. He's like, man, but I read all of them. I go through them, see who says something. I'm like, Joe, why you don't say nothing? Why a girl made an excellent point on your page. Why you didn't respond to it?
Right.
Nervous. So I was like, I can't do nothing. I can't get them niggas the batteries to put in their back. Like, if they intimidated by the women on my page, ain't nothing I could do about that. But when I just go back to making all basketball statuses and shit like that. All I say is, good morning, have a great day. Like,
yeah. I mean, I guess the thing too is like, when they look at us, right, and say, like, you know, I guess the flip side of the beer gang group is this, you know, I get it, but also in the same effect, I think what we have to realize is that we live in a society where everything's semi sort of viral or has the potential to go viral.
The hypocrisy and all this shit, like, I just be like, what the fuck? Like, damn, it's a fucking, like, it's a beer picture. Like, why are you tripping?
And right, and ain't nobody saying nothing to you. Most of you girls ain't wore a bra since goddamn June 1st. I don't know if that was like man, look, I don't know. This summer, that had to be like the end thing. Like, no women wore bras this summer.
Different place.
We had to be. Like, women, I ain't even talking about all perky, upstanding women.
Lord.
I'm just saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, oh, this got to be a thing if she's doing it. Like,
I think too, a little part of it is this too. Women know what hits their DMs, and then they feel some type of way.
True indeed.
And then that guilty complex comes out.
You're conscious. You're conscious. You're conscious.
So they know what's hitting their DMs. So they just they kind of put that off on you, like. So what's in your DM?
So you know what? Aunt, you posted a picture. How many likes you get?
As of the other day, I think I was like at 280 something. I may have been at 300.
I'm finna search my name and see what I did.
Fresh got to search his name. all that.
I gotta see if I did any numbers. I think I was like at 25 or something.
Did you
like
post
that.
a blind man picture?
No, I ain't supposed to blind that.
Stop wearing them sunglasses, man.
Hey, that's them sunglasses and that the sunglasses and the jean jacket is killer.
I did 277.
How did you
with
find
99 comments? Just go to the group and then type your
99 comments. Those
then type
numbers.
in your name.
Yep.
That's
Type
numbers,
in
man. That's,
Okay, Doug Morrow.
y'all popping out here.
This picture bananas. I did 285.
Oh, 285.
Yeah, 285, and I was on the playground.
How many comments you got?
Let me go back and see how many
See
comments.
if you popping for real.
112.
112. Look at y'all. boy.
It may have been part Jufro too. That was if I do say so myself.
It was like when the light hit the ice, it twinkle and glisten.
Twink.
I told y'all was out here, man.
I got a look away picture on that too. That was kind of cool. But look, I'm gonna tell y'all the funny shit. Shout out to all the goofy girls I know. You know what I mean? They was actually under my post saying, "Fresh, you bullshitting. Go find another picture and kill these niggas." I'm like, man, I'm not really in here, you know, for the likes. I'm in here for the jokes and shit. But like, people was posting pictures. Girls was tagging me in my own pictures saying, "Go put this in the beer group." Shout out to all y'all. Y'all made me feel so good. It was like 2 girls did that. I love y'all like a play cousin. One was built like Miss Pac-Man, but she my friend.
You know, I'm just glad that everybody looks at me as a brother and has friends on me. I appreciate that.
Spin cycle.
No one looks at me in that way. So
Spin
I'm
cycle.
cool.
Free drag. Free drag. That is not going where I'm washed. Free drag.
You know what, man? All right. This is a podcast based on truth. It's a
Hey,
podcast
man,
based on truth, man.
Speak my truth, man. Speak my truth, baby.
So, another thing I did want to bring up, man, we didn't talk about this. We actually like avoided it like real slick, just because we are who we are. Sometimes we avoid certain things just because Kenneka Jenkins' funeral.
Oh man,
She did. They buried the young lady. I heard the service was pretty dope. You know, her mother and her people, they were wearing all white. Celebrating her life. People wearing lavender. I'm still kind of want to, at this point, I want to say as little about it as possible.
okay.
Just based on, I still want to, I feel like there's still more going to come out. That's just what it seems like to me. What this does remind me of, eerily, I'll say, is this. This takes me back to a few years ago, the death of Kendrick Johnson.
Refresh my memory.
So Kendrick Johnson was the young man found
Rolled in the mat.
rolled in the mat
Mm-hmm.
in the high school gym, and they told us that he tried to dive in the mat to retrieve a gym shoe, and he got stuck in the mat. Apparently he suffocated in the mat, but there was all kinds of trauma to his face, and his face definitely looked like he was beaten. But they tell you that all of this happened from him falling into the mat.
Stupidity.
And you know, it was one autopsy done by the actual county, and it showed one thing, and the family had an independent, and it conflicted that but not like a hard. It was definitely conflicted, saying they couldn't really come up with it. So it's interesting, the whirlwind. But essentially, what happened is lawsuits were filed, and essentially nothing happened. Even though they kind of indicated people in this death, there were fights leading up to all kinds of monkey shit. But essentially, no justice was ever served, and they just want us to accept the truth. They ended up in a mat. That is what this situation feels like to me, wholeheartedly.
Yeah, I feel like this story is dangerously trending into one of those great Chicago unresolved cases.
Like those two missing, those two little missing girls.
The Bradley girls who went missing.
Yeah.
It's dangerously trending that way because quiet is kept after the first week. we haven't really talked about it because we talked about Trump and Puerto Rico and all these hurricanes.
And the thing is because they made it a fiasco. People made it a fiasco when it was something so serious. Like, oh, all you guys are detectives now and all that. It wasn't that guys were trying to be detectives to be serious. People really wanted clarity. Like, if you don't think that's odd, like when people say, oh, now y'all seen the video, shut the fuck up. Like, are you crazy? Like, why wouldn't we want to know what happened to that young lady? Like, I don't care how drunk, how high she was. No one deserves that. And no mother should go through that to not know what happened to her child. Like, we were only on Facebook trying to put all this stuff together because, shit, we want to know what happened. Just like, what movie have you not watched and said, I think he the killer, or don't go through that door because somebody right there? That's the same thing we doing. It was like watching a movie play out.
If we can make Facebook statuses about your dog that shed hair, like we give a fuck. If we can make Facebook statuses about your kid that reads at no level but graduated from kindergarten anyway because I had to pass them through. If we can watch and read Facebook statuses about what you ate for the fucking week,
about power,
about
empire,
about you meal prepping but you still fat. If we can watch all these motherfucking Facebook statuses, but yet something happens to a child in our community, and the things that are being leaked out does not make sense to us. If you're upset that a group of people are constantly making status like, yo, like, this is social media. This is what we do. We talk about popular things. Right. If you don't want to read popular things on social media because people are being social, take your unsocial ass off Facebook. Go play with your ugly kids or go play with your cats.
Ain't always coming for y'all. I just need somebody to have a good life. Like, either your kid's ugly or you meal prepping the wrong food. But I don't know. It's just fucked up to me. I mean, we really never touched on it. I don't need to go in depth. But, like, just crazy things. Like, no one can see the video to 5 to 6 days later. If someone is shot in your corner store, you can go to that corner store 5 minutes later and fucking... I ain't gonna be racist and make up a name, but those guys will show you the video 5 minutes later. You know what I mean? So why did it take 5 to 6 days?
It took 7 days to film a whole episode of Power.
True indeed.
I'm
True indeed.
I'm just being serious here. The thing about it that really I seen a lot of remarks, and you know me, I just touch up niggas' remarks lightly. You know what I'm saying? I don't like to go ham. And somebody put some other criminals out there. Another crime happened, and it was a video, and the faces were blurred. And I said, they were like, since y'all detectives solved this. Mm-hmm. And it was funny because I came behind him. I said, you're right. I said, actually, if you put all the crimes that happen in the Chicago area on Facebook, and it take fire like this, we could probably have a better resolve rate than CPD.
Yeah. Easy, landslide.
Like, right. So it was funny because this person put this article up, and then you look at 6 hours later, and I think the boys had robbed somebody. Mm-hmm. And then literally they put that article up one day, and the next day the boy's family had turned them in. Mm-hmm. Right. And I'm just like, you know, like, on one hand, when it happens close to you, don't say we don't do shit. Don't say we don't know shit. Mm-hmm. Don't say we know help in it. Cause really it's all based out of help. You know what I'm saying? It's all based out of people saying this does not make sense. And everybody has that right to say, yo, that shit don't make sense. Because it's like it's coming from a place of true ass concern. And even if you look at it right now, right? So right now they got a stance where I remember when the story first came out, and they told us that it was a camera outside the freezer door. That was in the first report.
Yep.
Crossed my heart. It was a camera outside the freezer door. Mm-hmm. But then in the latest report, they say there's no camera outside the freezer door, no video of her going in the shit. We had this man who worked for the FBI, but apparently he a community activist who told her he saw her go in the door. But
where he been at? Anybody seen him?
Right, anybody seen him? Please. But look, they said that shit, that footage don't exist. The police said, the hotel said it. So, some of that shit that they tried to feed you was dog food. And some of y'all ate it because y'all was just mad at other niggas.
Right, because y'all just wanted to talk about some old ratchet shit. Besides, it don't even matter.
So, you know what? At this point, man, I just kind of put a.
We just pray for the facts, man. That's
Yeah,
all.
I mean, pray for the facts. Pray for the facts. Pray for her mother. I'll say this: don't run around and be trying to debate on this story. Just go read the facts and then just digest your own opinion about it. But hopefully, I just feel like really. I got a lot of pain behind this based on you see what happens to parents when they go through this type of thing. Mm-hmm. Kendrick Johnson's parents, I believe, still fighting this. Like they done did so many lawsuits against people. I mean, man, they fighting this. You look at the stuff like Mike Brown parents still going through different. Like when you see these parents going through this pain, Trayvon's parents, all kind of stuff like that. This is a serious pain, bro. Like they heart, a large part of their heart is gone. So yeah, yeah. I
don't know. I don't want to end the show on that sad note.
We are not going to end the show on a sad note, man.
Just making sure.
So I got another question, man.
We read it. Nah.
Wait, no. We. Some young man wrote an article, right? They wrote an article, and it said that black men.
Woo!
Black men.
We got time.
Black men were the. Well, I'm sorry. The straight black men. They made a point to say heterosexual black men were the white men of black people.
And motherfuckers flock to that like moths to a flame, Jack. I had so many girls tagging me and women like, you need to be reading this. I'm not reading none that compare me to white privilege because I don't even know what the word privilege is. You know what a privilege was to me? My uncle took out the garbage and I didn't have to. That was a privilege to me. Y'all want to talk to me about privilege? Because guess what? As a black man, I'm still not getting nothing. And what you been getting some privileges in this country? What you got? Holla at me. I see you got your arms folded, baby. Holla at me.
Look, man. Let me tell you something, Jack. I'm going to try to explain this as eloquently and non-wanchy as possible.
Bring it out.
So, if the article was saying males of all races are the white males, just say there's a male privilege, period, across the board,
right?
To me, when we talk about black on black crime, without addressing that every race has high number of crimes within their race because when you live with people, you're more than likely to commit crimes with the people you're by.
Exactly.
There's in every race. Women are not making as much as men in every race,
and we do not say that's right.
Yeah,
first and foremost.
Yeah, we've been agreeing this shit wrong. Do we have every race has fuck ups? Mm-hmm. Do we have men that we don't hold accountable? Yeah, we do better. Hell yeah, no one has been against that. But to make an article that say the straight black man, which pissed me off even more because of this attack of being heterosexual, making that not normal anymore. I feel like
and the thing that really got to me is women coming to us saying we don't uplift them enough. I said, child, please. Now we go hard on the ones who don't need to be uplifted, but we always are rooting for black women, black excellence. I love it, and I told the black women like this: listen, y'all are the number one group in the world right now. Who's trending? Whose upward trend is better than a black woman right now? And I said, y'all want to compare about who make the most money between black men and black women? I said, shit, how many black men that's around you got jobs that are successful?
How many black relationships I see where a woman makes more than a man?
It's the breadwinner.
But most importantly, we're talking about who makes more between the black man and the black woman. It's like arguing about, I got 5 pieces of shit to your 4 pieces of shit.
Exactly. Like,
we all struggling.
Like if you know we got 9 nuggets, if we got 9, that's like arguing we got 9 nuggets and the man get 5. Like stop it, like for real. Because black women, y'all are doing excellent right now. I'm always rooting for y'all. But when y'all thought this was an attack led by no,
fuck that. This is an attack led by a website that is notorious for trying to write shit to get women likes.
Huh?
I said it.
You know what? The thing that you kind of see in a lot of journalism now, and for somebody who reads a lot of journalism type stuff, like you'll never catch me without magazines in my book bag, shit like that, reading a website or a blog. The people, you have to approach it knowing that everything is intentional. Every title is intentional. Every word is intentional. Everything is intentional. So when somebody comes with the article first off, the title's that strong. Mm-hmm. Think about how intentional that is. And then I would love for people to be in a space where they can actually ask the author, why did you title it that? Why did you title it like that? Put yourself in that mind frame other than reading it, want to snap your fingers and say, go Gina. Mm-hmm. Think about what you actually just read and what made him as a straight black male write that. Mm-hmm. Because what he just did, knowing how popular he is, also knowing that now he has the backing of, I believe the Root is Microsoft owned. Mm-hmm. So this is not just his article on his platform anymore. Now this is Microsoft owned. Now there's funding behind it. Now you put this article out, and the article is saying that black men essentially, in ways it just comes with us being straight black men, we naturally oppress black women. Right? Literally think hard about that. And I took so much offense to this. Like, I was mad for a couple days. I'm like, yo, if I see Buddy, I would like to shoot the fair one with him. Like, I would like to shoot the fair one with Buddy ass. Like, I'm not even bullshitting. And my thing is, when you see this and you hear this, what kind of struck me is that I'm talking to people about this, and people are saying like, yeah, like, you don't agree? And I'm like, fuck no, I don't agree. At all. And what was kind of interesting, somebody I know online was having a discussion about this, and it was quite interesting. They were saying like, so because you've and they posed a question to a black woman. It was like, okay, because you've experienced street harassment on, X amount of occasions. Yeah. That now this is how you feel about black men as a whole. That straight black men are now essentially oppressing you. Like, this is your enemy. It brings an interesting context to that, because now we paint this view where all people should be one thing, and the thing is, that's not true, because guess what? All straight black women aren't great people to straight black women. Mm-hmm. Like, nobody is all. All, even homosexual black men aren't just great to black women. Let's talk about this real. But he framed the article in a way people ate it the fuck up. Ate it all the way up. And then it's like, what you essentially did, I know, to people like me, I looked at it and I was like, people who posting this and like, I agree and shit like that, I kind of agree. Like, that's such a principled view to me. I look at it like, I damn near don't agree with your view of the world. Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm. And I was just looking like, I know who to keep at arm's length. Like, some people, like, that's not for everybody, but some people who I don't know that well, I was like, oh shit. Like, nah, I don't even want to draw with you like that if that's the way you kind of approach relationships with quote unquote straight black men.
Every subsection of society has filth as vermin that we will all love to eradicate out of the subset, but that just comes with the territory of living. But like, as a whole, straight black men, like, a lot of us, like, we may be annoyed by y'all, but like, the majority of us are still dating y'all, loving on y'all, mm-hmm. bigging y'all up. I mean, you take the 3 guys of this podcast, for example. Yeah, we might not be like, I'll take myself. I'll speak for myself. You you're not going to find me in Webster's dictionary of the perfect relationship guy. But I'm a damn good dude. I know, like, I love black women. Like, you know, outside of, like, looking at porn, I haven't looked at a white woman desirable. The fuck?
I love that. Oh, Lord.
Outside of porn.
Yeah, like, for real. Like, you know, like, all these people, like, y'all think, like, we're bad. Like, look at, like, tally up our score in real life.
Huh?
Tally up. Who are we around? Black women. Who loves us? Your friends. Why are you so angry? Maybe it's you. Like, you know, like we write these articles and nobody has, like, no accountability for themselves. Like, dude, he wrote this article as a weird way to have accountability, but, like, no, like, you wrote this article to get your clicks up.
Definitely wrote that. Just
like, he
clickbait. That's
and
the word.
Thing
clickbait.
about it, he already has, like, a strong hold of the black quote unquote feminist movement, because they already cater that website to them.
Right.
They like, in majority of their articles, like, they have some articles that are funny, that are cool. They, you know, like top 10 things do at a cookout. That's cute. But, like, the majority of the shit, like, we see you, fam.
We saw the anti-Future. We saw the anti-Lawrence.
Yeah, like,
and that's why we wondering, like, are they? We not popular like that yet. But damn, it's like they're trying to be the Boys to Men to our Jodeci.
Yeah, and
you
like,
know what I mean?
And the crazy part about it is, like, women be like, oh yeah, I agree, but you not fucking these type of niggas
At all.
You know what? Hold on. I got you right there, because they might be, but
they're not happy.
But hold on. Here's the shit. I'm gonna tell you where the line blurs, right? And why this is great, why this is dope that you just said they not fucking those niggas. Because here's the shit. Pandering is, and I remember somebody said this. It's like, you know, if you do the open mic poetry circuit, like, those niggas is fucking too. Right,
they are.
All them conscious niggas who do the black woman, the black woman, like, I get it, because I've been on that scene.
Oh, the seashell wearing niggas.
Not like I've been on that scene, so it's like this. Like, you know, when you see the guy who go and do the Darius Love Hall poems and all that shit, like, or just the conscious just poem about, like, I love the hood, I want to heal the hood, I care for the black youth and the black women. Like, they talking that when they doing poem, they do it in that cadence that get you going, that get you feeling, like, that type of shit. When they do that, them niggas got hoes, just like your pastor got hoes, right? So, like, so it's like, guess what? Y'all be like, yeah, he's so uplifting, and guess what? He done slayed 75 of y'all who like, oh, he's so uplifting.
Slayed.
I love him.
Slayed.
And he's knocking it down. He's going harder than, like, the dude that you swear, like, he ain't shit.
He ain't shit.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, that's the thing. Like, I remember Hov said this before. Hov said, I had more black chicks between my sheets than essence. And a lot of times people negate that. It's like they love those words. Like, it's like that's the dream that they go willingly buy, versus the person who said, I'm not going to sell your dream. And when you say you're not going to sell your dream, it's like, fuck that. He a villain. He telling me what's really going on. So yeah, please believe. I'm pretty sure the slam is being put down.
and before you even come for us, we are a podcast that have supported black women wholly. We have had podcasts on domestic violence, on sexual abuse, all type of shit.
And not just that, think of all the bomb ass black women we done had on this show.
And we don't agree on all viewpoints, but that what makes us special. That what makes just living special. Like, debate.
Hold on, I got a PS.
I love black women. I'm black. I dig the natural. I think the natural is a beautiful, beautiful way of wearing your hair for all black people.
I get up in the morning, I'm natural. I know it's natural.
Yes, that was like our PSA.
Yeah.
Nah.
I've said this on multiple episodes. Like, there's nothing more fine than a beautiful black woman on this earth. Nothing.
So you know what? We're gonna wrap this up, and I want to wrap this up on a good note, right?
Okay, go ahead.
Yesterday I went to the football classic. Here's the thing: I know in some years they did not give us a good classic. Right?
Yes.
Some years we didn't have a good classic. Some years we would have like random North Carolina A&T, random school you never heard of. Yesterday we had Clark Atlanta University, which I did find out has the second highest. Chicago has the second highest enrollment at Clark, other than Atlanta. Clark Atlanta University and Grambling, the Grambling. I feel like all the old Qs at one point that I used to know was from Grambling. So packed out, Soldier Field, Battle of the Bands. Who's the person at the front of the band for a black band? Is it the drum major?
The drum major.
The drum major of Clark Atlanta is actually, she's a woman. And she's from Chicago.
Nice.
Forgot her name. She's from Lane Tech, actually. And she was getting down.
Shout out to Lane Tech.
Shout out to Lane.
Good old Lane
Good old Lane Tech.
Kiri beat the cat piss out of Lane Tech the other day.
So let me. I want to pull it up. So Grambling was out there. Grambling, the bands did their thing, man. The football, and surprisingly, the football was actually pretty good as well. You know what? Let me throw another tidbit out there. This is just a small little tidbit. I learned that this weekend. One thing, a few weeks ago, Howard beat UNLV. But so we talked about that on the podcast. So Cam Newton's little brother is the quarterback. Think about that.
Mm-hmm.
David Terrell, who used to play for the Bears, his son is the wide receiver.
Yes.
David Westside Terrell.
Let me tell y'all something, man. Hey, if you could play some football and you black and you go team up with them, y'all will do some special shit. But yeah, so the Classic was dope. I didn't even plan to go. Like, I kind of talked to people who was going, but I was in the South Loop. I went to my spot. I was like, let me go to Gourmet Chicken, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go to where all the black people at, man. Tailgating was out. Everybody had full speaker setups and a lot. People was stepping. So here's the shit. I want us to all bring up one dope thing. I know y'all didn't go. Mm-hmm. One dope thing about being black, and I'm also tell y'all, hit y'all to a little game about the Classic. Mm-hmm. So now that area that they have inside of Soldier Field is really like a club.
The Midway area thing.
They had the chosen few DJs had a party. And that shit was cracking. The Percolator came on and shit went crazy. Wayne Williams was in there. It was cracking. But one thing that happened to me yesterday is I got to tell y'all this, man. When you black and you a male, every older black woman that's like y'all grandma age, you automatically her grandson.
Yeah.
Yes.
Automatically.
These are facts.
These are facts. And you just accept it. It's one great thing about being black, man. Lady walked up to me. I'm in line, clearly waiting to get some food. She cut right in front of me. And I'm sitting there looking like, this lady just cut in front of me. And she looked back at me. And she said, they messed up my damn Sprite. And I just looked at her like, she's like, they got to fix this. And I ain't say, hey, lady, you got to get behind me. I was like, you right. I was like, they got to fix your Sprite. And then the dude who was taking her order was younger than her. She was like, you ain't taste this Sprite before you give it to me? I'm like, he can't taste this Sprite, lady. But man, it was so classic, man. So I just want y'all to share something in that same vein that's like only happened to us.
Okay, I got an example of that. Like how you said that with the lady. I actually have that at my workplace. It's two older ladies who work at the school, and I call them TT. I call them TT Town, TT Coffee. I call coffee cake, because that just sound like something you would call the older sweet auntie coffee cake. So, every morning they see me, morning, morrow, and they be waiting for me to say, good morning, 227. They be, they be waiting for me to mock them and stuff. Right. But I think it's dope. I've been around them for a few years now, and they always they like grandmas. Did you bring your lunch? Yeah, are you back on your diet? I saw you eating honey buns yesterday. You know what I mean? It's like that. It's like. That like that right there, you need that, like those older black women just still showing you the way. You know what I mean? I think that's real dope.
Right.
Man, I think I go back in the vein that we're talking about. I go back to SIU Black Alumni Weekend, and just the fact that all you need to give us is a speaker, a couple of grills, and tell us to bring our own drinks and ice, and it's a fucking festival.
Right.
I think a lot of times, like people they overplan this shit, but it's literally all you need. You don't even need to provide us food. Just say we can bring our own grills.
Right.
And we will have a good fucking time.
Right.
Like just standing out in the sun, just like that. Like there's nothing better than a group of black people outside with a speaker and liquor.
A speaker and liquor.
That's all you need. You provide the music. We can provide the liquor, and a good time shall be had by all. Like, when the last time you been outside with music and liquor? Outside. Not in the club, maybe, but outside. And you didn't really enjoy yourself.
September 2nd.
Oh, God. On that note, something else I seen, I got to put this in before we wrap up. I don't think there's anything more bougie than than a lady who went to Spelman that's also an AK.
What? Oh my God, boy! I can show you. Hold on.
Listen, wait.
Go ahead. Keep going.
I was at the game yesterday, and it was two ladies walking, and it was funny because I was standing in the spot, and it was like they both came and they stood like right in front of me, right in front of my field of vision. I'm sitting there like she could see I'm actually watching the game. And then it was weird because she was walking past, some other brothers came and stood next to me, and this lady dropped her ticket. She was probably like around, I would say, close to 30, right? So she dropped her ticket. She had on regular jeans, whatever. She dropped her ticket, and when I tell you she looked at the group of men like who was going to pick this up, I was like literally my jaw dropped. I was like, what?
Who picked it up?
One of the guys. One of the guys picked it up, man. One of the guys picked it up so fast. I was like, oh, man. But, yeah, man, we covered a lot on this episode.
A whole lot.
I feel like the people got a good dose of us.
Yeah, that's a good episode.
They may be tired of us now. That's cool.
We didn't even do our For the Pussy challenge.
Okay.
Oh, that's coming. That's gonna be a side note. It's coming off our mixtape, Dark and Darker. We ready. The bars is writ. We in the studio from the ladies these tracks. You know what I'm saying?
4 eyes squared. You heard
Fuck
me.
y'all talking about.
Okay.
8 eyes are better, baby.
You know what? No foreplay.
We
Thank
out.
you for listening. We out.